You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey GH fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt here, and I've got great news about Eden McCoy as Josslyn Jacks, and also some questions about the fate of Nicholas Chavez as Spencer Cassadine. I'm going to unpack all the latest info for you, but please click subscribe first if you have not already. So we've had a few weeks of Courtney Fulk as recast Josslyn Jacks. I will say she's done a great job of stepping into the role short term. You know, if you didn't already know, late last year, Eden McCoy's mother passed away after a multi-year battle with breast cancer. She lost the fight. Eden lost her mom. It was terrible. Understandably, she wanted to take some time to grieve her mother's passing while not being at work. Courtney Fulk first aired on December 18th, which means she began filming in place of Eden McCoy in November. And it was November 6th that Eden shared the news that her mother died. She said, "My mother has fought an intense battle with cancer for the past 2.5 years and has now left us physically." Eden continued talking about her mother, saying, "She was, is, and will be the best thing I have ever known. She is responsible for every good part of me, and she took me with her when she left. If there is anything I can say to whoever is reading, it would be that absolutely nothing is promised. We really aren't owed anything. Your life can change in just a moment. So as my mom would say, do everything as if it's your last time doing it. Losing my mother has always been my greatest fear, as I'm sure many of you feel the same. And we have this habit as people of thinking that it will never happen to us. Unfortunately, it can, and sometimes it does. I would do anything and give everything for one more minute with her. But not only was I lucky enough to know my mother, we could not have been closer." Very, very sweet. I'm all verklempt again. I've read this several times over the past couple of months, and it always gets me right in the heart. And then Eden McCoy said in the final words of her announcement about her mom's passing, it was a message directly to her mother that she'd lost. She said, "Mom, I expected a lot more time with you than was given, but that doesn't make the time we shared together not enough. I'm sad that I cannot come with you, but I have to believe that wherever you're going will be a magical experience. My one wish is that we will meet again. You carried me with you for 9 months, and now I will carry you forever. I see you everywhere." Okay. Woo, need a tissue. Eden's killing me. Like I said, even though I've read this several times, every time, it gets me. I still have my mom in my life, but she has, she's got dementia. She doesn't know who I am anymore. So it's, you know, it's a strange thing with mothers and daughters when you lose them. All right. Back to the news. So the timing of all this indicates that Eden likely went on a leave of absence, a bereavement leave, right after her mother lost her cancer battle, you know, as she should. She took off a few weeks, not a long time, really, considering what she's been through. Eden returned to filming probably late December or early January, because her first day back on screen as Joselyn Jax will be Thursday, February 1st, the first day of sweeps. And Jocelyn's got a lot of front burner action coming because her pal Adam Wright is still struggling. Her mom's reeling from the SEC Nina reveal and the Crimson job. Drew's acting out. Trina and Spencer are in peril in Paris. I suspect by the time this week is out, Joss will be mourning the presumed death of her childhood friend Spencer Cassadine, just depending on how it goes in Paris. A lot of fans, I want to mention this, were upset that Eden McCoy wasn't in the scenes where they had Bobby Spencer's funeral, which also served as, you know, a fan memorial to actress Jackie Zeman, who passed away. But I'm guessing Eden prioritized her mental health and her right to grieve as she wants. So, you know, hopefully don't say anything to her on social media in the comments that she should have been there. She was mourning her mother. She should have been where she wanted to be. That's my feeling about it. So I hope nobody's saying anything to her. Now let's talk about Nicholas Alexander Chavez. We know he's been working since mid-December on the set of Monsters Season 2, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. I've seen a couple of pictures of him from set looking very Menendez-y. he actually bears a little bit of resemblance to him, so it's kind of interesting. So Chavez is reportedly supposed to exit GH for a few months, and he's already been gone for close to 6 weeks. He just filmed more scenes ahead, the Paris stuff for them to use. So Spencer Cassadine is gone as of Wednesday, January 31st. The question is how they will exit Nicholas Chavez's character. I'm guessing presumed dead. Although Esme Prince does have a kidnapping bag with her. She's got a syringe of some sort, some duct tape, looks like maybe some rope or some zip ties. Standard serial killer starter kit, you know. I'm not sure how she's supposed to get away with a guy that big if she's trying to kidnap Spencer, but okay. We also know Spencer's taking Trina out for a boat ride on the Seine, the river that runs through Paris. Very romantic thing. It's a nighttime cruise. To me, a boat on a soap means somebody's going overboard, a watery presumed death. And of course, most watery deaths on Port Charles are fakes that turn out to be alive at a later date. So I'm wondering if both Spencer and Esme go overboard and both are presumed dead. The big question then is, when will Nicholas Chavez be back as Spencer? Ideally, you know, he'd be back to filming at ABC shortly after he wraps his Netflix series. But there is some valid concern among the GH fandom that he might not come back at all, and they may have to recast the role or leave him dead. So, you know, Nicholas Chavez came to General Hospital as recast Soros Spencer, you know, soap opera rapid aging syndrome. He was aged up to a hunky young man, and his first air date was July 1st, 2021. So not quite 3 years ago. He was nominated after his first year on GH and won the Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Younger Actor in his first year on the soap, after really not doing a lot of work before he landed this big role. Then he was nominated again the next year as a supporting actor, but did not win. But he's got one Emmy already, and he's just 24. Plus, he's a hunk with a heck of a lot of talent, and Nicholas's opportunities should increase exponentially after this Netflix series airs. It's a series developed by Ryan Murphy. He's the guy who developed Glee, American Horror Story, Nip Tuck, and a lot of other phenomenal shows. So I just wonder if Nicholas Chavez is going to be scooped up for primetime or feature films. I mean, you know, for a lot of actors, soaps are a stepping stone to bigger things. Some actors stay forever, but, you know, if you stay too long, you're kind of stuck in soaps. So I have to say it's understandable, you know, if he leaves. Nicholas Chavez is probably ready for bigger things. He's certainly talented enough to do anything, take his career in any direction. So that's why a lot of the fans are worried he won't be back as Spencer. You know, maybe he's going to have movie and primetime scripts piling up at his door, and he'll decide he can't stay at the soap opera. And he may well do it. I mean, soaps are nice, steady, you know, weekday jobs that you can do that don't run exceptionally long hours, that you have a steady paycheck. That's kind of rare in the acting world. But at the same time, if you want to make a bigger splash, that's not where you're going to make it, you know? So for now, the info we have says he'll be back after a few months away. If he took off 3 months, we'd get him back on air, you know, mid to late April, possibly May sweeps. That's always a good time to come back from the dead. We've had several people resurrect in May sweeps, so we'll see. But buckle up. This week is going to be a rough one for Spencer and Trina, but at least we've got Joselyn back. Hey, drop your comments and please click subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure and come back soon, because we're here talking GH 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.